can see you're still nervous, little one. Well, don't you worry, you're in very good hands. And once my friend gets her beloved back, you'll be returned back to your old natural size and free to go wherever you please. What do you think you'll do once you're back to your normal size? Not sure? Understandable. I'm sure it'll be a bit hard to get used to being regular-sized again. Well, you're more than welcome to stay with me until you're back to your old self. Of course. The way I see it, we're all just humble creatures living in this land. And who am I not to help a creature in need? That's no trouble at all, sugar. It's just what I love to do. So, whatever will we do while we wait for my friend to return? Oh, I know. How about I teach you about some magical creatures? Would you like that? Oh, wonderful. I've got a whole compendium of magical creatures that I've been working on all my life. Let's see. Every time I come across a new creature, I add it as a new entry. Here it is. For every new creature I come across, I draw a little picture and write all the information I can find on them. So, which creature do we begin with? I know. I first spotted one of these when I was just a little girl. See, I grew up in a small village that had a massive mountain overlooking it. And one day my father took me to hike up the mountainside in search for some rare herbs. About halfway up the trail, we stopped to take a break. And while I played in the mud for a spell, I saw the most beautiful butterfly I ever did see. You have to understand, I was young and foolish. So, I did what any little girl would do. I chased it. And then the next thing I know, I was lost. My father was gone, and there was nothing but forest to my left and the mountains to my right. And that little butterfly fluttered down onto the tree branch, and as I approached it, I felt something grab me around my ankles. Suddenly I was hanging upside down by my feet and calling for my father as loud as I can. Fortunately for me, he came rushing to my side and cut me free. But before I could even hug him, he scooped me up into his arms and sprinted all the way back to the village. Once we were finally safe, I got a long talking to about how dangerous it was to wander off, and how close he came to losing me. I told him how sorry I was, and then I mentioned the butterfly I'd seen. My father said they were called Chibas butterflies. Devilish little insects that lure unsuspecting children into the traps of a creature you might recognize. Right here. These creatures go by many names. Some call them Jorogumo. We elves call them Arania. But it's clear as to what they are. They're a hybrid species. Half spider, half human. They hunt and eat almost anything, from creatures as large as a centaur to as small as, well, you, sweetheart. Oh, sorry, darling. Just poking fun a little. But the only creature that can get caught in an Arania's web and leave alive is a Chibas butterfly. They exist in a symbiotic relationship. The butterflies lure unexpected prey into the traps, and in return, the Arania don't kill them. Many different pieces of folklore and mythology have explanations for just how the Arania came to be, and how their relationship with the butterflies came about. The Greek mythos says that the first Urania came to be when the seamstress Arachne competed against the goddess Athena in a weaving competition. The winner of the competition varies based on who you ask, but it always ends the same way. Athena turns Arachne into the first ever Urania. According to the Greeks, all of the Urania alive today can trace their bloodline back to Arachne. How do I think they came to be? Well, the most prevalent elvish religion is called Kamin, and they believe that everything in nature, from stones to trees, has a spirit, and that every spirit should be celebrated for its individuality. Under Kamin, every creature has a specific deity to worship. Trees have the goddess of nature, and we elves have the elven god. But, even in our belief system, the origins of Urania are a mystery. As for how the butterflies and the Urania came to have such a relationship, well, it is most certainly an interesting tale. In our mythos, the goddess of the spiderlings named Mithra had Atosi, the goddess of the butterflies, in her whip, ready to be devoured. But Atosi, in desperation, made a deal with Mithra, offering the assistance of the cheapest butterfly in obtaining food. Mithra agreed and spared Atosi's life. And, according to the teachings of Kamin, is how they became such good friends. Oh yes, very interesting indeed. Kamin has explanations for all sorts of things in nature. It seems that whenever I find a new creature and add them to my compendium, the teachings of Kamin already have a legend behind it. It's my dream one day to find a creature that the teachings just can't explain. Something so astounding that even the deity's jaw will drop. One day, I'm sure.